Just want to give you guys an update today. UPS closing more facilities, more employees, truck drivers, all affected by this. Trying to get some feeder drivers to actually tell me how many truck drivers from the 20,000 that UPS said that they approximately will cut, this year. And so, my truckers, let's get into today's video. And I appreciate you guys. Just want to keep you guys updated with all things trucking news, good or bad. So I just want to start off with a question from a truck driver, because that's the reason why we have this platform here. It says no taxes on tips or overtime was the title. And it says here, hey, I don't really expect a response, but I was just curious of your opinion. We know truckers are not allowed overtime by law, even though we usually work 14 hours, 5-6 days a week, 70 plus hours, not even touching the fact that we are not really off duty till we are home for time off, because the truck is still our responsibility till it's parked and at the yard. If I can't have a drink and I'm not off duty, but anyway, when they generally consider over 40 hours overtime, shouldn't they make a solution for truckers working 70 plus a week to account for overtime for non-hourly paid CLD drivers like us? I'm percent steel hauler. It's the same for someone working 2 to 3 jobs, part-time work, 70 plus hours a week. That should be considered OT. Hell, I work 5, 6 to 14 plus hours a day trucking, and then on the weekends climb trees and do removals and trims. That money should be considered all OT and untaxable. We are talking 80 plus 90 hours a week of working, not even including the 10 hours off a day. We are obligated to be off duty, not at home or free to actually be free from our work responsibility. So, hey, I thought that was a great question. Mother truckers, comment down below on this. What is your opinion on this? Because I definitely think that drivers need to get paid for their time. I know shippers don't want to pay. I know brokers don't want to pay. And it's the thing that's fighting us against this, especially the law that made it so that we can't get overtime on this, right? But there is a lot of truth to that, where you're trucking on the road, and when you're off duty and you're at a truck stop, you're still in the truck, right? So should that still be considered pay? My truckers, comment down below on this. All right, so let's get to the news of the day. All right, UPS is planning to close 73 leased and owned buildings by the end of June, along with cutting approximately 20,000 jobs this year, right? This move is part of a larger network to reconfigure to optimize capacity and align with expected volume levels as the company reduces the amount of Amazon shipments it handles, right? We talked about this before. So like I said, UPS is looking at 20,000 additional jobs, and it says for the facility closures, 73 leased and owned buildings are slated for closure by the end of June. This is part of a broader plan to optimize the company's network, including potential closure of an additional 50 locations. The cuts are driven by reduced Amazon shipment volumes and economic conditions, they stated. UPS aims to save $3.5 billion through these cuts, including facility closures, and that they want to increase. It says UPS says the company is also increasing automation as its remaining hubs, and the impact of employees. While UPS is committed to supporting employees during this process, the network changes will impact positions. So overall, I'm not sure how many feeder drivers, truck drivers, that this actually affects directly. If you are a UPS feeder driver, let me know what you're doing and what you're thinking. I know recently we had a mother trucker send us a screenshot of the closures that are happening, or some that have already happened. Here's one from the Teamsters Local 638. A sad time at the UPS building in Morris, Minnesota, as UPS has announced that they will be shutting down operations in July. Volume that has been delivered out of Morris will now come out of Alexandria, Fergus Falls, and Watertown SD centers. While there are contractual protections in place, the lives of all 32 Local 638 members will be greatly affected and disrupted by this cost-cutting measures from UPS. So this came from supplychaindive.com from a mother trucker. It says UPS is closing 5 facilities in Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, plus a shift at an Ohio building in the coming months as part of its sweeping network overhaul. The following locations will shutter or see operations reduced due to the company's network reconfiguration, is what they said. And this was actually confirmed as well from their spokesperson, Carrie Hill, to Supply Chain Dive. So here are the locations here so that you guys can see this. Closing date May 10th, which already happened, 2006 River Road, New Kensington, Pennsylvania. The building was closure. Employees, it said that it didn't show the impact. May 16th, which was closed already. 2129 Rockdale Lane, Strasburg, Pennsylvania. That happened May 16th. Employees impacted unknown. This one, May 23rd, 647 Summer Street, Boston, Massachusetts. Building closure impacted 62 employees. June 10th coming up, 20 North Star Road, Holman, Wisconsin. Building closure June 10th and impacted 42. And the last one is 1821 South 19th Street, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Building closure June 20th and unknown. So they're looking at closing, like I said, over 73 leased and owned buildings and potentially maybe 50 more, and cut 20,000 drivers. So all of this is happening in the coming months. And they said they were going to do this in June. So I'll keep you guys updated. You know, if you guys work for the company, please let me know. But just here, just to share information for you guys.